you're installing 50 pass plays every day in the evening and you miss, say, 2 or 3 of those sessions and you're Des Bryant, well, you're 20 miles behind Roy Williams the day you walk into camp. He did the smart thing. Whatever the contractual thing was, you know, at the end, he did the smart thing by being in whatever day it was, Friday, and being here on time. But I mean, hey, he has all the ability to be truly great in this game, and I think it'll be up to, and he's going to have the chance here. You know, he won't be buried here, and you know, if I'll tell you this, Jason Garrett, if he's better than Miles Austin, if he's better than Roy Williams, by December this year, he'll be getting more chances. I don't know if he will be, but if he is, they're not going to hold him back. And so I was skeptical of the pick at the time. I really was. I really thought that they should have taken a young tackle because I thought that was really their position of need, whether it be for Doug Free or eventually for Colombo. I thought that they had not paid enough attention to that position. And that's why there's a lot of pressure on Free. But you know, we'll see. He looks like so far that he's everything that they thought he was, and you can sort of tell that because the coaches are already kind of tamping down the expectations. You know, I've heard a couple people in the Cowboy hierarchy already said, "Hey, let's not get too excited about this kid," and that's because they are excited about this kid. You know, if he was struggling, they'd all be pumping him up, but he's not struggling. You know, he's the star. So, you know, we'll see. Sure.
You mind if we get a question with you?
Go ahead.
The Dallas Cowboys will be better this year, fill in the question, because why?
Well, I would say they'd be better this year because, you know, I think they're going to have the best offensive skill player depth in football. And to think that you're going to go through without a major injury at almost every position group is folly. I think they're best suited, really, of any team, they're best suited to handle 2 or 3 major injuries. Now, not suited to handle a major injury at quarterback, but they're suited to handle a major injury at running back and at the receiver position and at tight end. I mean, their tight end depth is ridiculous. So I would say they're probably able to handle adversity better than most teams are.
Tony Romo has been getting some NFL MVP. They put him in the conversation this year. This is the first year that I've actually seen him have a legitimate shot at being one of the best players in the NFL. Your thoughts on Tony Romo, and what does he need to do to get to that elite level?
Just consistency every week. You know, last year one of the things he did so well was, you know, to me, he was better over a 16-week period than he had been. He was better in the playoff game, you know, the first playoff game, obviously, than he had been in prior years. And, you know, to me, one of the reasons why I've been bullish on Romo is that comes out of Eastern Illinois. He's a free agent. He doesn't have the advantages. He doesn't even get invited to the combine. He doesn't have the advantages that a lot of the established quarterbacks have when they come into the NFL. Nor does he have the opportunity that a lot of quarterbacks have in the NFL. So to me, I think they did a smart job in bringing him along slowly. And I just don't think the expectation level early on was very realistic with him. He was going to struggle at times early on. Now, if he hadn't played well in the playoff game last year, I, like everybody else, would have continued to be skeptical of whether he could. But the fact is he did, and that's something that you have to do to be a great quarterback in the NFL.
You've seen a lot of football over the years and covered a lot of great teams. When you see something like Des Bryant, who's come in and done everything right, the story recently about him not picking up Roy's pads and stuff like that, how far do you think that can go in being divisive in the locker room?
I don't think it's really very important because the NFL, you know, look, I started covering the NFL 27 years ago. I covered the Cincinnati Bengals at training camp, and most practices there were 2 or 3 members of the media watching practice. And now I'll go to 20 training camps this year, and probably at an average practice there will be 60 to 75 members of the media at every practice. So it's just one of those things. America loves football. America loves the NFL. 20 years ago, that story would have been a ... item in USA Today, and nobody would have cared. The fact is now, everything is huge in the NFL, and I don't think it really matters very much, and I doubt that that anybody in that locker room, other than thinking maybe the kid is a jerk for 10 minutes, they're all going to move on and life goes on.
Can you just give your overall comments on this Dallas Cowboys defense?
I think they're going to bring as much pressure as any team in the NFL. I mean, I love Anthony Spencer, love DeMarcus Ware. They got questions in the secondary about, both talent and staying power. The ability to stay healthy and productive for 16 games. I like their defensive front. Jay Ratliff's health is really important. I think they're a really good defense. And it all starts with the two rushers. Those rush guys, and if they can get a little bit out of Brandon Williams to give them a blow at times, there's not a lot of defense that are going to be better than this one.
You got any plans to eat some good Tex-Mex while you're here in Texas?
No, because I'm taking Nexium now, and so I'm really trying to keep the food a little bit milder. So I'll probably be more inclined. I might have some beans, but it won't be with a lot of other things, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.